Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum. How are you all? Can you hear me? Assalamu alaikum. How are you all? Can you hear me, beta? Okay. I'm fine, Alhamdulillah. Thank you so much. I'm fine. Okay, beta. This is our lecture number 20, and this lecture is about uh, the important continents of Pakistan. So, this is your chapter from your chapter Physical Features of the World. And please open your books from page number 38. Is it clear? So, open your books, page number 38. This is your chapter Physical Features of the World. Okay. Okay, the chapter name is, as I told you, Physical Features of the World. So, first of all, we will discuss our okay. Now you can see the screen clearly. Tell me in your chat box and turn off your mics, beta. Okay, Sharoz. Okay, Aisha. Thank you so much. Okay, let's start. So, first of all, I want to tell you that this is your lecture number 20, and this the chapter name is Physical Features of the World, and this is the very important chapter, and this is the first chapter of your final term. And first of all, I want to tell you that you have to make a flap of your final term in your copies before you will start your home assignment. So you have to make a flap and you have to write the final term on it, and you have to maintain your indices in good manners. Is it clear? Okay, beta. Turn off your mics, beta. Okay, so open your books from page number 33 and 38. We will discuss the most important continents of the world. So, first of all, we will discuss the continents, first three continents today. And this the first heading you can see that is continents. So the land mass of the world is subdivided into seven continents. So our total land is divided into seven continents, and they are Asia, Africa, Europe, North America, South America, Australia, and Antarctica. Is it clear? So these are seven important continents, and these are the total seven continents in which our land is subdivided. Is it clear? Yes, beta, yes, Nuseba. You have to make the flap. You have to make the flap to, and you have to write on it in the bold words the final term, and then you have to maintain your indices. Is it clear? Hania beta, page number 38. Okay. So first one is Asia. Is it clear? So beta, listen very carefully, underline the important lines which I want to discuss with you. All these lines are important. So you have to underline these important lines in your books, and you have a pencil with you. So you have to underline the most important lines which I'm going to discuss with you. Is it clear? So first of all, you can see the continent Asia. So Asia is the largest continent in the world. Is it clear? Underline this line. You have to underline the position and the location of every continent. First of all, you have to underline this line. Asia is the largest continent in the world. Is it clear? Asia is the largest continent in the world. It covers one third of the world's total land area. So underline also this line. It covers, because it is a very largest, it is the largest continent of the world. So it also covers one third of the world's total land area. Is it clear? So first of all, we will discuss about the Pamir Knot. So you can see that the Pamir Knot, the highest plateau of the world. It is situated right in the center of Asia, and where the boundaries of Pakistan, Afghanistan, and Tibet, and China and Russia meet. So all the countries, all the boundaries of all these countries meet there at the point of Pamir Knot. Is it clear? So it is also called the roof of the world. So underline this word. It is also called the roof of the world. Is it clear? यानी इसे क्या कहा जाता है? रूफ ऑफ द वर्ल्ड. और इसे क्यों रूफ ऑफ द वर्ल्ड कहा जाता है? So the Pamir knot, as I told you, first of all, you have to underline this line, that the Pamir knot, the highest plateau of the world, and it is situated in the north, in the center of Asia, and it is also called the roof of the world. So around the Pamirs are some of the highest mountains of the world. So why it is called roof of the world? So because with there are some reasons. Because of the reason it is called the roof of the world, because the Tibetan plateau starts over 3 miles above sea level and surrounded by world's two highest mountain range. Is it clear? So that's why it is called, it as actually it is surrounded by the two highest mountain ranges. That's why it is called the roof of the world. Is it clear? So, and which are two mountain ranges? Mount Everest and K2. Is it clear? Mount Everest and K2. So, we discussed in this slide that number one, Asia is the largest continent in the world, and then it covers one third of the world's total land area, and the Pamir Knot is the highest plateau of the world, and it is situated right in the center of Asia. It is situated right in the center of Asia. So Why it is called the roof of the world? Because the Tibetan plateau start over 3 miles above sea level and surrounded by the world's two highest mountain ranges. And which are these mountains? Mount Everest and K2. Is it clear? So the Karakoram continues north and is succeeded by various mountain ranges of China and Russia. Is it clear? So, if you will see Karakoram, so mountain range expanded through the border of China, India, and Pakistan, as I told you, and the K2 is the highest point of Karakoram. Is it clear? K2 is the highest point of Karakoram. Everyone can hear me clearly? Please tell me, is my voice clear? Okay. Okay, thank you so much. Beta Sania, check your device, beta. Okay. Okay. Is there any confusion about Pamir Knot? Okay, Sania beta, thank you. Any confusion about Pamir Knot, Mount Everest, and Karakoram? Okay. As I told you that Pamir Knot is also called the roof of the world because around the Pamir Knot are some of the highest mountains of the world, such as the it is also Hindu Kush is also there, Karakoram and the Himalayas. Mount Everest in the Himalayas is the highest peak in the world. Underline these lines. Mount Everest is the highest peak in the world. While the K2, as I told you, in the Karakoram is the second highest peak. So, some of the largest rivers of South Asia, such as the Indus, Jhelum River, Chenab, Sutlej, Bias, Ganges, and Jamuna. Ganges and Jamuna are the rivers of. Is anyone can tell me to whom these rivers belong to? Yes, well done, Aisha. Ganges and Jamuna are the rivers of India. Very good, well done. Ganges and Jamuna are the rivers of India, and then the Brahmaputra. And this river belongs to anyone? Sania, Hajra, Satkuram, who will give me the answer? Aisha told us that Jamuna and Ganges are the rivers of India. And I told you that Indus, Jhelum, Ravi, Chenab, Sutlej, Bias, these are the rivers of Pakistan. So, Brahmaputra belongs to. Give me the answer in your chat box. So all these rivers start from these mountains. So the plains of these rivers are very fertile. No, Rida, no, Sharoz, no, Aisha. Okay. So all these rivers are starts from these mountains, and the plains of the rivers are very fertile. These rivers are very fertile. So plains of because of these rivers, the plains of that areas are very fertile. So Brahmaputra is the river This is your homework, and you can tell me in your next lecture. Is it clear? You can tell me the right answer in your next class when I will discuss with you the remaining continents. Is it clear? So let's move. Next one is Lake Baikal. The world's deepest freshwater lake is found in this region. Is it clear? Lake Baikal, the world's deepest freshwater lake, is found in this region. And what is the Lake Baikal? The world's deepest freshwater lake is found in this region, and this lake is around 25 million years old. Is it clear? And this lake is the world's deepest freshwater lake. Is it clear? Lake Baikal is world's deepest freshwater lake, is also found in this region. Yes, okay, okay, well done. Okay, all of you, well done. Abiha, Aisha, Kainat, very good. So let's move towards the next point. As I told you that Lake Baker, the world's highest, deepest freshwater lake, is found in this region, and this lake is around 25 million years old, and uh, it is also the home of more than 1500 species of animal and plant life, including a unique fish that lives in the extreme pressure of deep water and melts into a drop of oil if it is brought up to the lower pressure near the surface. It is very amazing thing. It is very amazing, isn't? Oh, okay. Look at the lines once again in the second paragraph, and in the last three, four lines, you can see there about the detail of the Lake Baikal. And I told you that it is the world's deepest freshwater lake and is found in this region, and almost 1500 species of animal and plant life, including a unique fish that lives there in the highest in the extreme pressure of deep water, and it will melt if someone take out it in the lower pressure near the surface, and it will melt into a drop of oil like thing. Is it clear? So it is very important point. Underline all these points and underline all these lines in your book. Next one is some of the earliest civilizations in the history started near the rivers of Asia. For example, Indus Valley civilization. And which is the Indus Valley civilization? Which are these cities? And those cities belong to Indus civilization. Who will give me the answer? Give me your answers in your chat box. Which are those important cities belong to the Indus Valley civilization? And you know that Indus Valley civilization also was also flourished there in Asia. So, which are these civilizations? Yes, very good, very good. Mohenjo-daro, it is called the Indus Valley civilization. Very good. And there are some other civilizations like the civilization of in first of all, Indus Valley civilization was flourished in the Asia, in Pakistan, and Chinese civilization on the Yellow River, and then the civilization of Iraq. and this civilization is called Mesopotamian. Mesopotamian. Is it clear? Yes, well done, all of you. Aisha, Hajra, Rida. Yes, Mohenjo-daro and Harappa, and then Gandhara civilization is also there in Pakistan. So, Chinese civilization was flourished near the Yellow River. Is it clear? It was flourished near the Yellow River. Please turn off your mics, otherwise, I will call your names. Is it clear? Then, three most important civilizations are there. First of all, the Chinese civilization, Indus Valley civilization, and then the civilization of Iraq, which is called Mesopotamian civilization. So, what does mean the Yellow River? It is a river which contains heavy dust particles throughout the river when the river flows, and this river looks like yellow colors, having yellow color. So that's why it is called the Yellow River. And this civilization of China belongs to this river, and it was flourished there near the Yellow River of China. That's why it is called the Yellow River civilization. So let's move. Better turn off your mics. Okay. Next one is deserts are also spread throughout Asia. For example, Thar and Rajasthan are in India and Pakistan, and the Gobi Desert in China and Mongolia. Is it clear? So, Thar, Rajasthan belong to India and Pakistan, and the Gobi Desert, China and belongs to China and Mongolia. So, what do you know about the Thar or Rajasthan desert? Is any point which you want to tell us about, any interesting point which you want to tell us? Please write down in your chat box. What do you know about the Thar and Rajasthan desert? I told you many time about these deserts in your physical classes. So, if you have any interesting thing about the Thar and Rajasthan desert, you can share with us in your chat box. Yes, well done, Muhammad Ali. Very good. So, the third desert is also called Great Indian Desert. That's why it is the largest desert in India, and it is called Great Indian Desert. It is located partially in
हाँ मैंने 3 क्लास
And
मुझे पता
Rajasthan state and northwest
दूसरी के लिए
India, and partially in
यार
Punjab.
प्लीज यार तू कंप्यूटर खोल ले तू 9:30 अभी तक कंप्यूटर खोल में पे लगा 9:30 तक फिर तू उस पे स्विच कर लियो दूसरी क्लास तो अभी इस पे ले ले 9:30 तक बटन तो लगा दे उसका आप ही यार तुम लगा दो तुम करीब बैठे हो
Okay, these are the third is the largest desert in the India, and the half part of desert are situated.
भैया देख सही हो गया
Better turn off your mics.
कहाँ सही है
Okay. Yes, well done, all of you. Kainat, Muhammad Ali, Thar is the largest desert in India, and Jay Kumar, very good. The half part of the desert are situated in Pakistan, and it forms the natural border between India and Pakistan, the third desert. Very good, Sharos. It forms the natural border between India and Pakistan. Well done, Sharos. Very good, all of you. Well done. Okay. So, as I told you that Thar is the largest desert in the India, and that's why it is called the Great Indian Desert, and it is located partially in the Rajasthan state, northwest India, and partially in Punjab and Sindh province in eastern Pakistan. Is it clear? So underline these lines. And next desert is Gobi Desert, which belongs to China and Mongolia. So look at your book on page number 39 and underline the important lines. The Gobi Desert is the coldest desert in the world. Underline these lines, and it is situated on the vast plateau surrounded by mountains on all sides. Most of the deserts lies in Mongolia, a country north of China. Is it clear? So it is also a very important place, and the Gobi Desert. One important thing which I want to tell you about the Gobi Desert, it is the coldest desert in the world. Underline these lines. Beta Abdullah, be focused towards your lecture. Okay. Next, you can see that beautiful places of this is the beautiful picture of Pamir Knot, and this is the picture of the Rajasthan desert, and you can see the beautiful scenes of the Baker Lake, and also the beautiful mountains of, you can see the beautiful mountains of Karakoram. Is it clear? So, which I told you about the all the mountains and about all the plateaus and deserts. You can see a picture through the pictures. You can see that this is very a beautiful picture of the third desert, and this is the picture of Lake Baikal, and the picture of Mount Everest, and then Pamir Knot. Is it clear? Okay. Any question about the continent of Asia? Okay. Every point is clear in your minds? Well done. Well done. Well done, all of you. Okay, next one is Africa. So, Africa is the second largest continent of the world. It is the second largest continent of the world, and it was once known as the Dark Continent. Is it clear? It was once known as the Dark Continent. So underline these lines. Why it was called the dark continent? Because only the northern portions of this continent were known to the outside world, while the rest remained hidden like a mystery in the thick jungles that were impossible to explore. So it was impossible to explore, Hamza Kashif. So it was impossible for the people to explore for the outsiders to explore this area. That's why it was a mystery for the outsiders, and they couldn't explore this area because of its dense jungles. Is it clear? Hamza Kashif, be focused towards your lecture. Okay, is it clear? So, please tell me in your chat box why it was called the dark continent. I told you recently, and I want to know that why it is from your side, that why it is called a dark continent. Okay, so that's why, because it is remained unexplored for a long time, a long period of time, and one factor is that it is very difficult for the explorer to venture into the continent over into the continent where it was the largest desert into the world, and there was also a largest desert into the world, and it is the Sahara Desert, acted as natural barrier for the European explorer. हाँ तो लेकिन हट नहीं रहा ना. So you can see that the dark continent of the world, it is called the that's why it is called the continent, because it was a mystery for the outsiders because of its dense jungles. Is it clear? Okay. The continent is covered with mountains on the both sides. बच्चों को नजर आ रहा होगा. Okay, the continent is covered with mountains on both sides, including the higher western mountain in the west, such as the Atlas Mountain, and the lower mountains in the east. Is it clear? So it is also called yes, yes, Hania, very good. Well done. बच्चों को तो नहीं नजर आ रहा, बस ठीक है. Okay, Hania, well done. Very good, very good. Because of it was a mystery because of its thick jungles. That's why it is impossible to explore this continent, this side of the continent, and that's why it was called the dark continent. Please underline these lines. So, next one is the continent is covered, as I told you, with the mountains from both sides, and there are the two plateaus of which are of the rock and stones, including Atlas Mountain in the southwest and the Tibesti Mountains. Is it clear? So there are the two plateaus from the both sides, and then it is also very important here, a very important thing which I want to tell you, that a famous jungle of Africa mostly form a belt across the middle of the continent where there is a heavy rainfall. Please underline these lines on page number 42, and where there is a very heavy rainfall because of the dense jungles. So the jungles of Africa mostly form a belt across the middle of the continent. And another very important thing, that the eastern part of the continent has a very famous lake, and it is called the Lake Victoria. And it is one of the African Great Lake, and the lake was named after Queen Victoria by the explorer John Hanning. When the John Hanning explored this lake, he named it the Lake Victoria. Is it clear? So, Lake Victoria, also called Victoria Nyanza. Is it clear? And it is the largest lake in Africa and chief reservoir of the Nile. Is it clear? So, this lake has more than 200 species of fish. This lake has 200, more than 200 species of fish in it. So it is very famous Lake Victoria, and the name of Lake Victoria name was given it by the explorer John Henning. Is it clear? So these are the beautiful pictures you can see the of the Lake Victoria and the belt of the jungles. So last one is the Europe. Is it clear? So the name Europe probably comes from Europa, a mythical princess of the ancient world, or Erobe, an ancient word for sunset. Is it clear? So it is the second smallest continent. And why it was given the name of Europe? Because I told you that it was the name of a princess, Europa, a princess of a mythical princess, Erobe. Is it clear? And Erobe is a figure from Greek mythology who later gave her name to the continent Europe. And the most important thing here is the Alps. European highest mountain range are in south. So Alps are there, and Alps are the highest mountain range system that lies entirely in the Europe, and it is famous for its clear Al- Alpine lakes. That's why it is called Alps. Is it clear? There are very beautiful lakes which are called the Alpine lakes. Most of the rivers in Europe start from center of the continent and spread throughout the world. And the longest river is Volga. Is it clear? The longest river is Volga. And these are the beautiful pictures. There are many other rivers also there, and these are the beautiful pictures of Volga and River Thames, which is in England. So you can see the beautiful pictures of the mountains and river Volga, and this is the beautiful picture of river Thames. Is it clear? So, better time is too short. Please tell me in your chat box which is the largest continent in the world and which is the coldest desert in the world as well. Hurry up. Very good. Well done. Well done, Aisha, Kainat, Rida, Muhammad Ali. Very good, beta. Well done, all of you. And which is the coldest desert? Yes, Muhammad Ali. Very good. What is the oldest name of Africa? What is the oldest name of Africa? And write the two names of famous rivers of Europe. Write the names of two famous rivers of Europe. Yes, yes, very good. Volga and better two rivers. Look at your books. You can see the names of many other major rivers, including River Thames, Rhine, Seine, Somme, and Danube. These are the important rivers, and I want to show you the picture of River Thames once again. This is the picture of River Thames, and this is the picture of River Volga. Is it clear? And these are the Alps. These are the mountains of Alps. Very good, Rida. Well done. Well done, all of you. Well done, all of you. Hania, Rida, Hajra, Alishba, Muhammad Ali, Aisha. Well done. Yes. Yes, Sheroz. Very good. Oldest name of Africa is? Yes, Aisha.